everybody. Welcome to the Sulk stream. I hope you guys had a good day. I hope you guys are doing well. And, yeah, yada, yada, yada. You guys make me proud. You guys are beautiful. And I think you guys are all great. Other bullshit. How you guys doing? I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. I know you are. Tonight we're talking about piss and piss jugs and various piss-related accoutrements. So, yeah, I hope you guys are ready for that. Honestly, I did not watch this video, and it was submitted by Ardenshire, and I just like the name. So we're gonna jump on into it, and we're gonna see what happens. So, yeah, what? You guys gonna sit there and judge me? You guys gonna sit there and judge me because, like, I have other things going on, and, like, I have a family and shit. And, like, you know, honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't put tons of effort into this show, and I don't see why. I'm here, aren't I? I'm here. Okay? Welcome to the show. I know I'm surly. I know I'm difficult to get along with. But you guys watched my wife on this show yesterday. You guys seem to like her quite a bit, which is great. Which that's great. So anyways, get comfy, get cozy, get a nice bottle of piss, and just chug it down. Really gulp that thing. Really, I want to see big gulps. Gulp, gulp, right? I want your eyes to water a little bit. If you're working, keep working. Especially if you're working at Amazon where you have to piss into certain jugs, and I think this certain video might appeal to you. And if you're driving, perhaps for Amazon. Don't worry about pulling over and going to the bathroom in any sort of gas station or McDonald's or Starbucks or anything like that. Just go ahead and piss into any bottle, container, jug you happen to have on hand, and then fire it out on the highway, hopefully hitting a minivan full of children. I'm sure they're going to be okay. Most likely. Anyways, thanks for coming. What is today? Thursday? It is. I'm the Incredible Sulk. This is the Sulk stream. And this is called the Piss Saga. Yeah. The Piss Saga. Enjoy.
For the past 2 years, an electrical box in my neighborhood had been overrun with bottles of piss. And
nice.
Not your normal run of
I like how they write urine on it. Ew, what the fuck? What's in them?
mill truck driver bottle of piss, but an assortment of different size bottles, different colors.
Oh my God. I hope there was something else in this bottle. I hope there was something else and this guy doesn't have a terrible kidney infection. I really, really, really hope this guy's okay.
And sometimes complemented with a hand-drawn note. The bottle
urine, don't drink this. No, I wasn't gonna.
Would usually appear in the morning and then disappear in the late afternoon or evening, with this transaction occurring a few times a week. The word of this piss-infested electrical box spread throughout the neighborhood, even to the point where a third-party vigilante left an aggressive letter threatening the culprit. The notoriety of the situation grew, and so did the strength of the urine, making its mark a topic.
Oh, God! Ardent, why did you do this to me, bro? Why did you already do this to me? I'm already like, this is already too much. This is already too much for me. And Pooh says, "Hey, Sulk, see the detransition went well." Yeah. I have a great doctor.
The electrical box and cementing itself as its own neighborhood landmark.
Paper towels for the splash. Is that what it was? I was wondering. I was like, is something coming out of your body? It's for the splash? Men don't care about the splash. I don't.
Who was placing these bottles? Who was the vigilante? Is a different person picking them up? Finally, my curiosity got the best of me. So I purchased the DigiGarden 4K waterproof trail camera.
Trail cam. Nice. Okay, great. Amazon driver or just some random hentai enjoyer?
With the hopes of answering these questions. But my main holdup was setting up the camera. The electrical box is located on a busy street, and if anyone saw me next to it, then they would immediately assume that I was the pisser, and my reputation would...
Whatever. Whatever, dude. Strap that bad boy directly to the box. It's not like they're going to stop putting piss there. They're not going to stop putting piss there. You know why? Because I don't think they have shame. I don't think they give a fuck. They probably walk out there with piss bottles in hand, dual handing it, right? And I bet they're still warm. And then they just pop them up there. There you go. Just stop on by. Come on, man. Don't worry about it.
Be forever ruined. So I hit up my friend Grant, who's always filming his own videos and skits and is usually in costume, figuring that he would be a good source for a decoy look.
Ayo. Yeah, I have a construction vest and a helmet you can borrow. I also have a brown lunch bags if you need to have a sack lunch with you. Also, let me know if you need any
This dude's got the he's got the disguise on lock.
help putting it up.
The next day, Grant and I arrived at the location in our decoy looks. Me as a standard construction worker, and Grant as a recently divorced, disheveled project manager.
Background noise says I have bottles with wide mouths in case I have to piss in bottles at work. Gatorade bottles? Is it Gatorade? Those are the best ones. They're wide enough, and I mean you could pee in a soda can, I guess, but that's like risky. That's risky. We've all tried it. Why not just piss on the ground? I don't know.
Sure. The two of us were able to fool the public as we successfully set up the DigiGarden 4K waterproof trail camera. The following morning, I went to go check the electrical box and couldn't believe my eyes. Piss. I honestly thought this would take a week or so, but we were able to capture the drop-off on the first night, but inherently knew that the pickup was the most intriguing part of the story. So after consulting with Grant, we agreed to wait it out one more night.
Goofy
Unfortunately,
says, hit the like button. I'd appreciate it. I'd appreciate that. Even if you don't like piss, if you're not a piss sommelier, like most of us are, me included, please hit the like button. I would appreciate that. Yeah.
Bottles were still there the following morning. No pickup. It had
Gatorade
been
is
too long,
second
and there was a
best.
high chance that the batteries to my
Behind distilled water bottles. I don't know. Isn't that just like a jug, though? I don't know what specific distilled water bottles you're talking about.
DigiGarden 4K waterproof trail camera were dead. Also, since Grant and I had been posting about this in real time, there was a great deal of pressure building from people online. I couldn't take it anymore. Making sure the coast was clear, I quickly collected the DigiGarden 4K waterproof trail camera and went home to review the clips. Finally, the mystery was about to be solved.
Whoa! Nuh-uh! Whoa! That surprised me. I thought it'd be a car that rolled up. But no, he's coming over the wall and putting piss bottles on there.
The footage was baffling.
Okay. All right, I'm locked in. I'm locked in. I had no idea this was going to be a mystery. I thought this was just going to be a thing about how people have to piss in jugs sometimes, and it's hilarious how you find them everywhere. But now we have a case to crack. Okay, roll it.
Hadn't even thought
Let's
about the
see.
drop-off coming from beyond the wall, which also happened to be the side of a highway. I had so many questions, and so did everyone following the saga. Grant and I both felt that this was just the typical
Big B says, when I was a garbage man, we had a protocol where to take a dump on our country routes. But it was like it was a toilet, right? It wasn't like a Gatorade bottle. You didn't poop into a Gatorade bottle, right? Or like a Pringles can that you brought with you. And he's just like, no, not that Pringles can. Like, these Pringles are really heavy. What's in it? You don't wanna open that. There is a turd the entire length of that Pringles can. It was tacos.
with the iceberg, and that we're onto something much bigger.
The entire length. It's a big boy. Right? I mean, like, complete. It's like one of those snakes in a can, right? You open it up. It doesn't jump out at you, thank God. But, I mean, I guess you could spring load a turd if you wanted. If you were diabolical enough. A spring-loaded turd in a fucking Pringles can. What kind of maniac?
After capturing the mysterious video footage of the initial piss drop-off, Grant and I decided to take the weekend to process what we had just witnessed. It was baffling to think.
Yeah, I bet that was a lot to process. Big B says nope, it was in the compactor. Had to lock out, tag out. You I get it's a dump truck, right? But you shit directly into the garbage truck that you worked on. I don't believe you. I don't believe. So there was a country road, and you're like, you looked over at your partner, I guess, and you're all like, it's time, and then and he just like nods his head, right? And then you go back there and you fucking lay out a steamer in the back of the truck, and then what? You press the compact button and it just smushes it. I used to respect garbage men. I really did. It was a tough job, and they were out there day after day doing like the dirty work, right? But now you've changed my mind. Now you're taking dumps directly into the fucking mouth of that thing, huh? Are you aware of a Netflix show called Trash Truck? It's not cute anymore. It's not a cute show to me. You ruined that. Thank you. You ruined that. You ruined that for me.
Someone was out there at night, in the bushes with latex gloves, strategically placing piss bottles in an electrical box. First thing Monday morning.
He says, we were solo, but I'm not shitting you serious. He seriously did it. He fucking just fired a dookie into the back of a fucking garbage truck. Jess, I have to tell you something.
Morning, I drove to the site to check if the bottles were gone. They weren't. In fact,
she won't believe it. She's not going to believe that. But like, I have to think. Would a Pringles can be better and then you just kind of huck it in there? Yes. Yeah, that would be better. That would be better than just like, you should have gotten like a bunch of your buddies together and like had a holiday where you all shit in the same truck and then it just compacts it into like a perfect cube of like of feces and just pushes it out. I'm sorry. This is a high class show. We don't talk about spring-loaded turds here.
They had doubled. Things were escalating quickly, so Grant decided to
Big
order...
B says, I got a worse story. I believe you. I really do. Can it end there? Can it end there?
...a second Digit-Guarded 4K waterproof trail camera, and we devised a plan to capture what was occurring beyond...
Arden Cher says, once you pop, you're not going to want to pop. You're done popping. There's no more popping after that.
...on the wall. For this intricate of a setup, we need a bigger crew of decoy construction workers. Fortunately, Grant had a construction worker friend who agreed to help out and lend us gear while also giving us a few pointers on how we could better sell the look. I didn't have any...
Freesa says they dump. I hate my garbage men. They dump my trash and then I watch them make my can do 3 flips and land in my yard. Mine are super nice. My garbage, they say hi to my kids and stuff, and they're like, oh my God, they're getting so big. And they even bring up my fucking can. I don't ask them to do that. Sometimes they do it. But I don't ask them to do that. They're all like, yeah, it's no problem. I'm like, wow, that's super nice of you. That's really nice. I like my garbage men. They do good work.
Construction worker friends, but I had a motorcycle friend named Robin who basically looks like a construction worker, and I was certain that he would help out. But Robin was busy that day, so I hit up my friend Katz, who's usually down for anything.
Big B says, I have a worse story. It involves recycling. Okay, tell it to me. All right. Now, look, I get it. It's a worse story and stuff. And I didn't want to hear it initially, but now I'm intrigued about how you can ruin recycling for me. Because I don't care about recycling. I don't give a shit. I think recycling is a scam, honestly. But if you can, like, make that worse, I don't even know what that looks like. So now I'm just intrigued. I just want to know more. You know, I'm just like, I'm sure if it's worse than taking a fucking dump into the back of a garbage truck, which isn't like the worst place to take a dump, but it's just such an insane idea. If it's worse than that, I want to know. I really do. I just want to know.
Hey, Cats, I'm working on a project and need some extra bodies. Mainly need you to come and be a construction worker.
Okay. I've never done construction before, but fuck it. I'll try anything once. Hey, wait, is this for the piss thing?
With both Cats and Grant's real construction
thing.
friend on board, it was
Got a couple of white monsters. What's this guy doing with his pants down?
time to head to the location and suit up. We were a squad of construction workers ready to take on whatever construction worker things that were in our path. And in this case, setting up 2 DigiGarden 4K waterproof trail cameras around an electrical box stacked with piss bottles. We played our parts perfectly. I did all the work while everyone else told me how to do it. Grant, the recently divorced disheveled project manager, loomed over, micromanaging us to a T. With cameras set up, our operation was an all-in-all success. Now it was time to wait. The next morning, I returned to the box only to see that there was a new batch of piss bottles. I knew because this was fewer than before, and one bottle had a particular darker tint. I immediately hit up Grant with the good intel, but was only met with...
It's kind of like identifying different types of whales and stuff like that. You identify them by their tails and stuff. So he's all like, okay, that's darker. I'm sure... How many pictures of piss bottles does this guy have on his hard drive? If the FBI looks into this and they just see tons of piss bottles, are they going to... I'm sure they're going to be like, that's weird, but it's not illegal.
Some disastrous news on his end. And out of nowhere, Grant hit me with the classic, I'm going to Norway today excuse.
I'm going to Norway.
Okay, everyone buckle up for Big B's story. They used to have us hand sort the recycling on the truck. It went to a center where work release guys also hand sorted the recycling. Okay.
Today.
I had to retrieve these DigiGarden
There's more. I'm sure there's more.
4K waterproof trail cameras, but also knew it would be too risky.
We used to take dumps in the coffee cans and put the lids on them. Why? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? So, like, the work release guys would have to open it up and see a fucking big old shit in there? That's mean. That's mean, dude. Like, okay, pooping in the back of a garbage truck is like, okay. I mean, okay, fine. Nobody gets hurt, and it's kind of funny, right? But pooping in a coffee can that somebody has to, like, open up when they're not in jail, they leave jail to work with garbage, and then they open up a coffee can, and there's a big fucking shit in there. That's mean. That is fucking mean, dude. Okay.
to collect on my own. I needed a project manager, and I knew just the guy. Hey, Cats, can you be my project manager?
Easy.
Also, try to match Grant's decoy outfit, disheveled.
You got it. Plus, I'm actually divorced.
Cats and I met at the location.
Art and Chair says it would be fun to have a guy on the inside that films the one guy gagging when the coffee can shit. I don't even think they gagged at that point. I'm sure they're just like, yeah, it's another shit. Right? Because they gotta empty it. So they're just hucking shits behind. If you throw it behind your left shoulder, that gets rid of the bad luck. Right? So it's just, but then people walk, people are walking around. So every once in a while, somebody gets a one right there. And it's not a nice place to live. Work. It's not a nice place to work. It's not good. By the way, I'm dying at that it says urine. Urine.
Again, in our decoy looks. Me as a normal construction worker, and Cats as an actually recently divorced, disheveled project manager. And we were able to retrieve both DigiGarden 4K waterproof trail cameras without any problems. We had 2 issues with the DigiGarden 4K waterproof trail cameras. The first one I set up failed to record anything. Not really sure why, but it's something I'll be voicing my frustrations with the DigiGarden customer service at a future date. The other issue being that the second camera shifted positions upon setup and framed out the electrical box. But beyond the wall, we did get a major hit. Footage of the culprit in the act, revealing a man in his mid-30s to 40s wearing latex gloves and a flashlight, pouring liquids from one bottle to another, then methodically placing the piss on the electrical box. Also, the timestamp is almost identical to the previous footage. This clearly seemed premeditated and very intentional. I thought getting a visual of the culprit would give me
This guy's face killed. Because that's exactly the face I... Why? Why? I mean, like, there's probably footage of them out there of Big B taking a dump in the back of his garbage truck, right? And this is the face I would have when I see that footage. I'm like, why? Why not just do it somewhere not there? I mean, like, you obviously have the time to drive to a gas station and then just go poop in a toilet like a normal human being, but you pull over on a lonely country road and then fucking precariously balance yourself on the lip of a garbage truck. Why? And you still have to, like, watch out because it's a road. People might be coming down and they're going to be like, hey, what's that guy doing? And then they're going like, oh my God. Oh my God.
me some closure. But in reality, it only doubled my curiosity.
Big B Trucker says, some guy, okay. We also used to find dead animals in the bins and just throw them in the truck. Okay. Some guy found a deer head in a can and strapped it on the grill of the truck for the shift. Management did not find it funny. Really? Get the fuck out of here. No way. I thought management would have, that would be really, like, they open a coffee can full of shit or, like, find a dead deer's head. I just don't, they just don't have a sense of humor. They must be dead inside, like that deer and like Big B himself.
Is this some abstract performance artist?
Dead
or some
inside.
family man's late night fetish? For every question I
Whoa.
answer, I seemingly raise two more. What are his motives? Who is doing the pickups? And is that actually urine? The electrical box was stacked with piss. A couple days
Big B says, okay, I'll show up to your door knocking. Will you let me use your bathroom? No. No, I will not let a garbage man use my bathroom. And I know how that sounds. That sounds really cruel. It really does. But I don't care. I don't care about that. No. No, go find a Starbucks, a McDonald's, anything else but my house. No. And you had time. I'm sorry, you had time to, like, find a place to take. Okay. You know, you can't brown bag it in the truck.
days had passed since we captured the footage of the culprit in the act, and I was reluctant to set up my DigitGarden 4K waterproof trail cameras, mainly because my two project managers were missing. Grant was abroad, enjoying himself on a meaningless trip to Norway, while Katz was tied up with many of life's distractions. So I took this.
Hog Dog says the special needs kid at the McDonald's a town over used to jerk off into the shake machine in the 90s. My girlfriend at the time was the manager and told me about it. Ha 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 ha. Fuck that, dude. Fuck that. Damn it! Damn it, dude! Kids drink that. Kids drink the milkshakes and they're like, yeah, it's good, yeah. Oh, I love. Oh, Daddy, can I have a milkshake? And then it's got fucking retard cum in it. Oh God, dude, why did you have to fucking write that in my chat, dude? Bro, dude. No. Did he get arrested? Can retards get arrested? Can retarded people get arrested for things like that? Because if not, I have a whole list of things that he can not do. There we go. Not do.
It's time to monitor and track the culprit's movements.
Not do.
Day in and day out. The comings
Right,
goings
guys.
of the piss bottles. But as the days passed, the bottles remained on the electrical box. More bottles.
Christian says garbage men are homeless people who aren't homeless. I'm sorry, don't garbage men make like quite a bit of money? Hold on, let me look it up. $42K per year. That's not a lot. That's not a lot. That's not a lot. Okay. All right.
Bottles would appear overnight, some with more labels than usual, and he even went to the extent of placing decals on the box. Was he taunting me? Was this piss cat and mouse? But one thing I did notice, no one was picking them up. I returned to the footage from the Digit Garden 4K waterproof trail camera that had shifted.
Strawberry says, a friend of mine worked with a guy at BK that would piss in the pickle jars. Why would he not immediately report him? If I found that out, I would report the shit out of these people. I'd be like, you know, Poop Fingers over there? He's masturbating into the shake. Yeah, he is. Maybe that's why it's constantly broken. I don't know. Fucking this dickhead right here pisses into the pickle jars. You gonna do anything about this? No, he won't. Because he's probably a goddamn Indian. And he's all like, I didn't know that was illegal.
In the tree, framing out the electrical
I
box.
thought that's just what you did. It's what I do in my home country. And meanwhile, he's sitting in like the fucking, he's sitting in a soup. He's ladling out soup from his own. What? What's the problem with that? I don't see the problem with that, right? God, what the fuck is wrong with people, man? What the fuck, man?
Hoping that I would discover some clue regarding the pickup that day. Although this was quite the task because it recorded every single person, cyclist, and car that passed by.
Nom says, are you watching a doc about piss jugs? Yeah. Yes, I am.
The only thing I was able to capture was a man in a construction worker type vest observing and taking photos of the bottles. He then moves out of frame but looks to be collecting them. Was this a city cleanup crew guy?
Honey, I got things to tell you. What? So fucking Big B used to take dumps into the back of his garbage truck, right? And he also used to take dumps in coffee cans. That way the people would recycle them by hand. They would open up like a Folgers can and there'd be a big old fucking steaming Big Beep dump in there. Also,
how old was he?
40, I imagine. Also, fucking somebody else said his hog dog says his girlfriend worked with a retarded kid that used to jerk off into the shake machine at McDonald's. The milkshakes. Town over used to jerk off into the shake machine in the 90s.
That's disgraceful.
How did he find the time? Was there no cameras in the 90s? I know it's the 90s and stuff like that, but how? No one's watching the retarded kid around people's food? I feel like that would be the first thing to do. And somebody else said somebody was pissing in the pickle jars.
No.
Yeah.
Not the pickles.
Not the pickles, but the fucking milkshakes are the problem. The milkshakes are fine. Jerking off into the milkshakes are fine, but if you piss into the pickle jars, which are already vinegary, I can handle the pickle jars. I can handle that. I don't eat pickles because I kind of think they're gross anyway, but like jerking off into a milkshake machine is diabolical.
Pickles are good.
Pickles are fine, but I mean, like they taste like piss as it is. So
How do you know what piss tastes like?
I know what a pickle tastes like.
But how do you know what piss tastes like?
Moving on.
Or a sketchy piss recipient was wearing a city cleanup crew guy decoy outfit.
All right.
Meanwhile, online, my piss saga intro
You want to
video
do
was
this?
racking up
You want to
views.
do this episode, Jess? Huh? Huh? Yeah. Yeah.
Even to the
I'll make you taste piss.
point where
And then you tell me.
people from the neighborhood
She
would
just goes, ah.
reach out and send their own piss bottle stories and photos. One person sent me an origin story about how the piss bottle started off on a different electrical box at a nearby park, and then gradually moved east, eventually claiming the current box. Another unsettling anecdote was about a time when the culprit tied a bottle to a string and hung it from a tree branch. People were consumed with piss
Oh, I already saw the olives video, Christian. I've seen the olives video.
and had started developing their own theories as to what was occurring beyond the wall.
Cheddar says, I don't drink piss, so I wouldn't know. Missing out. Missing out. A lot of people do drink piss. It's urine therapy, right? And they think it, like, Makes them live forever and stuff, yeah.
Drug drop disguised as human urine? Clean urine for people who needed to pass a drug test? Or just a person that wanted to showcase their massive collection of piss? Then someone sent me a message that caught my interest. A user claimed that they owned a crime scene bio and hazardous waste company and had been doing cleanups at the piss box for the past 2 years. Within their company, employees referred to the culprit as the Pee Bandit and had inside
Okay.
knowledge that checked out with my footage of the city's cleanup crew guy. They even let me know when they were going to pick up next, which checked out. This negated a lot of theories regarding the pickup, but I still had one question that had been...
Okay, so it wasn't just some random guy being like, dude, they're just giving away piss here? No, it's actually like it's like part of the city is like, we have to clean up this piss.
...eating at me this entire time, and there was really only one way I could answer it. We were going to have to collect a sample.
Cheddar pisses in his def tank. Would that be a problem? I have a def tank on my car. Can I piss into it? Does that cause any issues? Would it? DEF is urea. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. Whenever I put that into my tank, I always spill a bunch on my shoes, and it turns white. You're telling me I have piss on my shoes? It's blue. It is blue, yes, yeah. But like, really?
We knew the Piss Bandit was extremely calculated.
DEF is 20% urea, 80% distilled water. So you're saying I can pee into my... What? What? I'm not a big fan of the DEF either, and apparently, like, after like the warranty is up, you can like disable it. What? I can piss into my def tank and then I don't have to buy DEF anymore?
And that he would be alerted if one of his bottles was missing. We were playing chess and needed to offer a gambit to gain positional advantage. By this, I of course mean we implement a decoy piss bottle.
It's absolute urea. I have to use it every day. Okay. Is not pure urea. It is a solution composed of 32% high purity. Oh my God. High purity urea and 67% deionized water. The urea in the DEF is synthetically produced in industrial use and is not the same as natural urea found in animal waste or human urine. It's not the same. However, this specific concentration is critical for the proper functioning of the selective catalytic reduction system as it ensures effective conversion of nitrogen oxides into harmless nitrogen and water vapor. While urea is the active ingredient in DEF, the solution as a whole is required to meet strict purity standards defined by ISO 22241, which ensures does not introduce contaminants that could damage the SCR. So you can't. Okay. All right. Hold on. Can I pee in my def tank? No, you should not pee in your def tank. While both urine and DEF contain urea, they are not interchangeable due to the significant differences in concentration and purity. DEF is precisely formulated solution of 32% 5 synthetic urea, 6 blah blah deionized water, designed for use in selective. Human urine contains urea at a much lower concentration, approximately 9.3 grams per liter, and also includes various other compounds such as chloride, sodium, potassium, creatinine, and dissolved ions that are not present in the required form or purity for DEF. These impurities can severely damage the SCR system, clog filters, and cause the engine to derate or fail to restart. The cost to repair or replace damaged components such as SCR filter can range from $2,500 to $5,000. So, no, you should not pee in your def tank. And you should not go collecting pee to put in your DEF tank.
Grant returned that Saturday, and I had him meet me directly from the airport. We then got straight to work. Using a mixture of unsweetened pure leaf green tea and unsweetened pure leaf regular tea, we were able to concoct the perfect human urine decoy. Next, we had to replicate the Piss Bandit's.
Okay, so Hog says they make girls squirt and make DEF out of it, DEF out of it. That's the very specific. This is how they make it. It is a terrible factory farm where they just got a bunch of bitches on Sybians, and then they're just like slopping it up with a mop on the factory floor, right? And there's just moaning, but it's not like a good moan. It is a horrific, like House of 1,000 Corpses kind of moan. Jesus Christ.
Hand-drawn calling card, and that was usually left on the bottle's inner label. Fortunately, Grant was known to have terrible handwriting and was able to perfectly match the signage. Then we headed to the location in our decoy outfits. Me, as a normal construction worker.
All right, Zach says I'm a little low. Hold on. How's that? I'm a little higher. How's that? Is that better? Is that better? Good? Good? Piss is not DEF, okay? And squirt is probably closer, but you can't farm, OnlyFans chicks for their diesel exhaust fluid. Or can you?
And Grant, as a recently divorced, disheveled project manager who just returned from a meaningless trip to Norway. It was our most daring mission yet.
Hot Dog says deep moan DEF. I mean, you can get it however you want it. You can get it. Honey. Is my piss different from her piss? Can I use her piss? It's girl piss, so it's like cleaner.
We had a plan that we would follow precisely. I would use a specimen grabber thing to pick up the real bottle of piss.
I mean, God.
While Grant quickly replaced it with a decoy. Then he would take our sample and secure it in our own custom-made specimen
Knobs
bottles.
dog. No, I'm not. No, I'm not doing it. No. You're gay. You're the gay one, Knob.
We had our sample. Now it was time to undergo the test.
Zach says, I can't find a woman at all. I don't think they really exist. They don't. Mine's AI. She calls me gay and stuff. She doesn't even squirt.
Grant and I had successfully collected one of the piss bottles from the electrical
Useless. How am I supposed to fill my DEF tank now?
box. Now it was time for the tests. Fortunately for me, Grant volunteered to do all the heavy lifting, mainly because
Jesus, despite. Jesus.
he suffered from a condition called anosmia, a disorder that causes its victim, Grant in this case, to lose all sense of smell, which was perfect because he wouldn't be affected by whatever fumes were emitted during the urinalysis. We had two primary objectives we needed to achieve. Our first was to see if the fluid in the bottle was actually piss and not some
I'm sure it is. Why would somebody fake that?
mysterious liquid decoyed as piss. So I ordered an Amazon.com instant result 10-panel home urinalysis test kit that gives you an accurate reading in just 60 seconds. Our second objective was to see if there were any drugs present in the liquid, especially since the majority of the piss heads online thought this entire scenario was a drug
Piss heads.
drop-off operation. So I ordered an Amazon.com easy at-home 5-panel drug testing kit that gives you results in just 5 minutes. We got straight to work. Grant was in the zone. In his natural state, he flawlessly completed the urinalysis without any problems. We got our results in 60 seconds, although I couldn't interpret them because I wasn't a medical professional. So I sent a photo of our test strip and its legend to my friend Niall, who is a professional ICU nurse. While we waited for Niall to decipher the urinalysis, we went ahead and executed the drug test. Again, Grant performed the task masterfully. We had our results in exactly 5 minutes, and we were able to conclude that whatever liquid was in that bottle did not contain any drugs. It was drug-free.
It's clean piss. He's dropping off clean piss. Cheddar says, let's all remind John this time next year that DEF is piss and see if he remembers this time. I don't know why I wouldn't remember. I would remember that. I'd be like, yeah, I've been saving money by peeing in my own DEF tank. No, I won't forget. I won't forget that.
Looks to be in good health.
It's
You have
definitely
not told me that before. You have not told me that. When did you tell me that before? When? Last year? You guys have been watching this show for like that long. Where you're like, no, I remember years ago we told you DEF was pissed. And I was like, what? Was anybody watching this show then? No.
urine,
No.
definitely. Clean,
There's a few people now, but no.
healthy piss. We were baffled. A majority of our theories had been shot
Forrest, Mommy, you did miss. Yeah, you missed Jess's episode, and now you got the piss episode. You got bad luck, Foam. You just have bad luck. I'm sorry. You got the piss episode. By the way, did you know diesel exhaust fluid is actually piss? I didn't know that. Cheddar should have told me that. I didn't know that.
down. Nothing made sense. We were dealing with a guy who just leaves healthy piss on an electrical box in Pasadena. Something wasn't adding up. We needed more footage of the culprit, but there was no way I could do this with the highly unreliable DigiGarden 4K waterproof trail cameras.
Zach says, true story. When I was 23, I dated a 40-year-old gal who was married to a black guy. She had never had an orgasm in her life. I taught her to come. Oh, my God. And squirt. Oh, my God. And Forrest, Mommy says, same age range as me and my dude. Really? I met your guy. I met the both of you in Vegas. He didn't look that old. You telling me that dude is 20 years older than you?
So I spent a few days doing extensive research, scouring numerous trail camera and hunting forums, and finally I was able to conclude that the Tacticam Reveal X Pro cellular trail camera was our golden ticket. It had a built-in LCD screen, integrated GPS tracking, and most importantly, cellular capabilities that could...
And Pooh says, John's a little slow, guys. Give him a break, but he misspelled little. Take that how you will.
Send images and videos straight to your phone.
Take
Grant and I
that how you
positioned the
will.
Tacticam Reveal X Pro cellular trail camera beyond the wall, on a tripod, tucked away in the bushes. This was our eye in the sky.
This is an operation. He's really putting a lot of work in this. And I hope this got a lot. 813,000 views. So it worked out. How much money is that? Is that a lot of money? Is that a lot of money? I don't know.
And just like that, we had footage of the culprit as he lurked in the brush at 4 a.m, waiting for cars to pass so he could place his piss bottles. I was focused, tracking him, studying him, learning his ways. He was coordinated and consistent. My inside person would usually alert me when the bottles were being collected by the hazardous waste team. And then that same evening, he would strike, leaving an abundance of bottles for the morning commuters to see. One thing that did stand out to me was his clothes. An extremely tight shirt, ironic hiking shoes, and baggy cargo pants with the unnecessary utility knife in pocket. These three characteristics combined had to mean only one thing. He was an artist. I had a relatively elevated understanding of artists since I had spent a good amount of time working in the art department for photo and video shoots, and I knew that there was only one way to deal with a self-proclaimed artist. We were going to have to give him an interview. I met up with Grant at his warehouse first thing in the morning. Grant had a good amount of junk that we were able to scrounge up and use. Our plan was to create a large interview questionnaire pad that we could leave beyond the wall for the culprit to fill out and not risk revealing his artist persona. Feeling confident that I could flawlessly
So he's like Banksy. He's like Banksy. He's oh shit. Sorry guys.
completing the urinalysis test, Grant wanted to head up the design
Sorry about that. My bad.
of the interview pad. He was starting to lean into his project manager role, but unfortunately, his left-handedness got the best of him, and I had to take over. We knew that the questionnaire would be jarring at first glance, so we wanted to butter up the culprit with a nice introductory message, conveying
Zach sings, indeed, I have a lot of respect for you folks who put yourselves out there. I wouldn't do it. Me? This guy? I'm in my house.
that we were fans of his work, as well as telling him something every
Behind locked doors. I'm okay.
artist wants to hear. We had to compare him to the goats of
And people do say terrible things about me, but I don't care. It's fine. My life is pretty good. I don't, it's not really an issue.
his industry. We then asked 5 questions regarding his process, while attaching a Sharpie to a
Ardenshire says his artist name is Piss Master, not like Piscasso or something like that. That's better.
shoelace so he could answer. We also gifted him a headlamp so he could continue on with his art
Mine's like a million times better. I'm sorry.
in the darkness. The next day, we arrived at the location. Me, as a normal construction worker, and Grant as a recently divorced, disheveled project manager who just absolutely crushed a urinalysis test. At
Nice.
this point, being construction workers and project managers was second nature to us. We were quick and covert as I scaled the wall and placed
Oh, he says you too, John. So he's. I got the you too. He's not even talking about me. He's talking about FOMO over here. This is not FOMO's show. FOMO has her own show. She's got her own show with other people who also want to bang my wife. By the way, it's like she got her own fucking show over there. That I drop in occasionally. I do. I drop into FOMO's show once in a while.
the interview pad for only our piss artists to see.
Ric Flair says, "Boo, bring back Jess." I knew this would fucking happen. I haven't gotten a single donation tonight.
Everything was set. Now, all we had to do was wait.
Jess made like $70 last night. I'm like, what the fuck? That's bullshit. My bill is cold. It's just easier for women. It's not fair. It's just easier for women to exist until they get old. Got pretty real there at the end, didn't it?
With our interview pad in place and the Tacticam Reveal X Pro Cellular Trail Camera
Knob says any show, Forest Mommy, any show you're on is your show. So this is Forest Mommy's show now. Forest Mommy, you want to hop on? I'll Discord you in. How about it? You just want to be on this show? I'll get up. I'll go and I'll start playing Arc Raiders. I don't give a fuck. You know, I don't give a fuck.
hidden in the brush. Grant and I were ready for our grand conclusion.
I didn't even watch these before. Like, Knob Dog, I'm so tired of you.
To finally discover why this artist was stockpiling piss bottles on the electrical box. That night felt like a piss-induced Christmas Eve.
Forest Mommy says, one's in the chat if you want to hear Jess talk about piss.
It was impossible to sleep.
And then what do you expect to happen in the chat? Obviously, a bunch of ones showed up.
Knowing that I'd likely
That's
wake
not
up
going to happen. That's not going to happen.
in the
all
morning
right?
with an answer to a question
It's
that
not
had
gonna
been
happen at
haunting
all.
me and my neighborhood for the past several years. But instead of presents, I woke up to 0 notifications from my Tacticam Reveal X Pro Cellular Trail Camera. This was very unusual, especially since its field of view was
Zach says, John, stop. I'm sorry. I'm just high. Give me a minute. I'll break you off a fiber. I'm kidding, dude. It's fine. I make jokes here, all right? It is honestly a little hurtful. but
Centered
I
on a
get
high
it,
traffic-
all right? Everyone likes my wife much better than I like me. I get that. And it is what it is.
zone.
Okay.
With
It's not like I'm here every day trying to make jokes and trying to make people laugh and spending a good amount of my time. I do day wave 2 hours a day, and then I come here and I do this for another 2 hours. Really trying to put some levity into your guys' lives. And then you're like, you're gay. And I'm like, okay. Okay, thank you.
Some cars passing by.
Thank you.
So I drove to the
Oh, your wife's hot. Okay. All right.
location and suited up for
E-bikes. Shut the fuck up. All right? Say whatever you want, but you leave my e-bikes out of this.
a quick check-in. And I was pleasantly surprised to see that the bottles were back. The artist had struck, but when I scaled the wall for a closer look, I was met with extreme disappointment. The interview pad had been untouched. Nothing. And even worse, the piss culprit stole my f***ing Tacticam Reveal X Pro Cellular Trail
Hog Dog says I took time to crank my hog in Daywave chat this morning. Why? Why? To Frozen?
camera. I had been blindsided.
He's probably the most feminine looking one.
Our interview pad must have been too jarring, leading him to check his surroundings and discover our prying eye.
Cheddar says the most hurtful thing. He says, you're doing your best and we notice. We reward you accordingly.
This was a huge pain, not just because he was now aware of us, but because
Rude.
I had spent countless hours researching, setting up,
I'll go ahead and count. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ones, 7 ones, 8 ones. Yep. That's a lot.
And troubleshooting trail cameras. And now mine was gone. Fortunately, the
Hey, honey. Maybe I can get her to do it. I don't know.
Tacticam Reveal X Pro cellular trail camera had built-in GPS, and if you were ever to turn it on, it would automatically ping my phone with a check-in photo as well as precise latitude and longitude coordinates. Though when I took a closer look at the fresh batch, I did notice something unusual. A message written on one of the bottles.
I have AIDS, HIV positive.
This was very concerning.
So what? It's piss. You can't catch piss through AIDS. You can't catch AIDS through piss. Excuse me. You can't catch AIDS through piss. That's not how piss works. I don't know if you can catch it through like feces. Maybe feces. Perhaps. But like you would have to not eat it. Because if you ate feces, the AIDS would be destroyed by your stomach acid because it's protein based, right? So maybe you'd have to take that poop and then shove it into your own ass. And if you do that, you deserve AIDS. You deserve AIDS. You probably already have it. If you're willing to do that, you probably already have AIDS.
But didn't necessarily provide any motive as to why he was doing this. As the days passed, there were no updates.
Forrest Mommy says, sounds like something someone with piss AIDS would say. It's not a specific type of AIDS. My T cell count is very good. It's very high. Yes, I get sick a lot, but that's because I have children and I travel and stuff like that. It has nothing to do with AIDS. I know I took that AIDS test and it said I was positive, but it was an online quiz, which is not a definitive test. All right? I don't even know how you found that. I don't know how you found an online AIDS test. But you did, and it said I had AIDS. So it didn't say I had AIDS. It just said you should see a doctor immediately, and then gave me like red warning signals, which kind of like concerned me, right? But I'm fine now. I'm out there, barebacking the whole gang.
And no additional bottles.
All the peppermint daisies.
The usual piss-infested electrical box had now transformed into a normal-infested electrical box. A once iconic staple in the neighborhood was just now another
This bite says likely story.
gray eyesore on the side of the road.
Likely story, piss AIDS. What? Fucking, I do this show for a bunch of children.
He had lost his
It's
pizzazz.
a bunch of fucking children.
Was my intrigue responsible for scaring off a budding street artist? I was starting to understand the sentiment of how you never really appreciate true art until it's gone. Meanwhile, online, the piss heads were frothing for more content, demanding updates to our investigation. Pressure was building, and I wanted to deliver, but it would be impossible to do.
Why? Are you going to deliver a suspect on this piss eggs thing? Zach says, congrats on not having AIDS. Well, I didn't actually go to the doctor and get an AIDS test, so. Because I got this weird theory that, like, if you go and get an AIDS test, they'll actually intentionally give you AIDS because big AIDS is a thing. I'll have to work out that theory a little bit more, but it's there. It just needs a little more fleshing out, okay? There is a connection between getting an AIDS test and having AIDS, all right? And I know what you would think. Most people will be like, well, of course, because he thought he had AIDS, and then he did have AIDS after he got the AIDS test. But no, you didn't have AIDS until you got the AIDS test. They put the AIDS needle into your arm.
The piss bandit was gone. Then one evening, my phone was alerted. My stolen Tacticam Reveal X Pro cellular trail camera sent a check-in photo of an image of a couple vehicles parked alongside a road with what appeared to be the ocean in the background. This was puzzling because the ocean is extremely far from where the electrical box is located, 20 miles to be exact, which is a 2.5-hour commute. Sadly, the culprit
20 miles is a 2.5-hour commute. 20 miles is a 2.5-hour commute. What a nightmare city you live in. 20 miles. I could walk 20 miles in 2.5 hours.
culprit didn't have the device turned on long enough for it to send me GPS coordinates. A couple days later, I was alerted again, this time with a beautiful scenic
Piss Pro.
photo of a grandiose cliff overlooking the ocean. Thankfully, I was sent the exact GPS coordinates, which I immediately plugged into Google Maps. Sunset Cliffs, San Diego, California. a popular affluent coastal community known for its hiking trails, surf spots, and sunset views. This was far, 126 miles to be exact, which is also
So wait, he got his camera stolen?
a 2.5-hour commute. The culprit had either taken a vacation down south, sparking up a newfound love for scenic photography,
Zach says you're too well fed. AIDS guys look hungry and gaunt. Well, maybe I can get a little AIDS. Get a little AIDS for summer, right? Get that nice washboard Dallas Buyers Club look. Yeah.
or he was toying with us.
I can
My
do
gut
that.
instinct was that he had moved on, replacing
Anybody want to lend me their AIDS?
his abstract art with something a bit more traditional. But that following Tuesday morning, I was proven wrong. He had struck, breaking his nearly 2-week-long dormancy. But again, our interview pad remained answerless. He was a devoted artist who worked late nights and went to great lengths to conceal his identity. Of course, he didn't want to answer a bunch of questions about his process. We had to keep it simple, so we replaced the interview pad with an interview dry erase board, this time with only one question, which he again ignored while hitting the electrical box with a record-setting mother-load drop. 1 gallon of piss.
Whoa! A gallon of urine. 1 gallon of urine. So he must put the paper towels in there to splash. It must be about splash. I don't know, man. I don't know.
The artist was back, and more prolific than ever, and our unsuccessful attempts at an interview left Grant and I feeling cornered and out of moves. We feared that the worst was coming to fruition, an inevitable checkmate. The culprit had hit the
What a very strange documentary.
electrical box with a 1-gallon jug of piss. He was on the offensive, toying with us, even leaving a demonic
Can
smile.
you make money off of collecting piss jugs? There must be a way. I'm gonna look it up. Can you make money collecting piss jugs? Yes, you can make money collecting and selling urine though the income is typically modest and depends heavily on location and method. Urine can be sold for various purposes, including medical research, fertilizer production, and even to individuals attempting to pass drug tests. In some cases, the price has risen to about $6 per 25 liters. Boy, that's a lot of piss. For $6? $6 for 25 liters of piss. How much does a man piss a day? The average amount of urine a man produces in a day typically falls within the normal range of 800 to 2,000 milliliters. Okay. Calculator. So 25 liters is 250,000 milliliters. Divided by 2,000. It's 125 days of piss. Honey. Everyone says they want you to talk about piss on camera. Forrest Mommy took a vote, and she was like, everybody in the chat who wants to hear Jess talk about piss, put a 1. And there was like a fucking string of 1s.
Me?
What do you want her to talk about? I have 125 days of piss to make $6. $6. $6. I could make more than that. I really could. But like, is it worth it for $6 to have that much piss in my house?
No.
No? You remember my piss bucket though, right? She remembers. She remembers the piss bucket. Aren't you glad the piss bucket's not around anymore? What? God. She just, I don't get it.
face as a
I
taunt.
don't get it.
But there was one play that lingered in the back of our heads. A Hail
Cheddar says I can piss up to 4 liters in one morning. Bullshit. 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 Wait, did I do my no. 25,000 milliliters. I did my math wrong. So it's 25,000 milliliters. Yeah, it's 25,000, not 250,000. 25. Sorry, I did my math wrong. 25,000 divided by 2,000. So that's like 2 liters a day, right? That's 12 days. 50 cents a day in piss. I'll think about it, I guess. I'll think about it.
Hail Mary of sorts. Something many of the pissheads online had been suggesting throughout this entire saga. A stakeout.
Well, will you guys send me your piss? Don't send me your piss. That was a joke, and that was a fucking joke. If you send me your fucking piss, do not send me your fucking piss. I'll lose my P.O. box, man.
This was a very risky ploy, and something that couldn't be taken lightly. We
got like 100 ball jars of piss.
An individual places 1-gallon jugs of urine on an electrical box.
Like, what do you want me to do? I can't. I don't know where it's coming from. They're just
At 4 in the
send me.
morning. Who knows
Send me jars of piss. What? Just a bunch of piss heads out there.
what else he was capable of. So Grant and I started to brainstorm some ways to move forward with a full-on live stakeout. Unfortunately, I was ruled out of every scenario, mainly because being a black man in Pasadena, idling in the car after sundown would have the cops called in a matter of minutes. So it all fell on Grant's shoulders now, which he was very confident about moving forward.
Knobs Dog is filling up a buzzball for me right now. Thanks, dude.
With the task. But I had my doubts. Grant was one of those guys who just, he's just one of those guys. But he was trying to prove himself. He was persistent, and I could tell that he really wanted to be the one to catch the piss culprit and interview him. Even though he was adamant about doing the stakeout, I didn't feel comfortable putting Grant in a situation where his life could be at risk. I needed to see for myself that he had the ability to tackle this alone. So I set up a staged piss electrical box scenario. We were able to achieve an almost exact replica of the location using a bunch of junk from Grant's warehouse, as well as various faux piss bottles made from our green tea mixture. I then had my friend Ian, who was a trained actor, meet up and play the role of the piss culprit. In order to embody the character and his motivations, I had Ian study the plethora of footage that we captured with the Reveal X Pro Cellular Trail Camera. Then we did a couple of run-throughs as him as a piss culprit, strategically placing the piss bottles on our prop electrical box. Ian was a pro and immediately had me sold on him playing the part for our dry run operations. Now, it was Grant's turn to show me that he had what it took to confront the culprit. Our first scenario was if Grant wore a ghillie suit to blend into the adjacent bushes.
Despite says, I found the safety warning tags off a new Ruger in the trash by the soccer field the other day. Huh? Despite says, what's your P.O. box again? I'm not going to give it to you. I'm not giving you my P.O. box.
Beyond the wall. Then he'd reveal himself.
Hey.
But this was quickly shot down because it would be too startling for the culprit.
He
Our
stabs
second
him.
scenario focused on creating a large enough space between Grant and the culprit. So we had him approach from the street side. But even with that distance, Grant was still met with reactive hostility. Grant wasn't necessarily having a good time. But fortunately, Ian was able to break character and talk some sense into him in regards to how important these simulations were to our investigation. After a quick breather, Grant was back on board. We approached our third scenario differently and had Grant implement an aggressive tactic, hoping to scare the culprit into submission.
Yo, motherfucker. What's good with this shit?
But unfortunately, this backfired, and Grant was met with extreme physical and mental punishment. After witnessing this train wreck, I had zero faith in Grant and knew there would be no...
Makes him drink the piss. Forrest Mommy says, is drinking piss cooler than smoking cigs? No. No. No, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all.
No way that he could successfully
No is the answer.
pull off a stakeout. We were back to the drawing board. I figured the only way we could confront the culprit in real time was with an actual security camera that we could speak through. So I did a bit of research online and settled with the Reolink Go PT Plus, a state-of-the-art piece of machinery with two-way audio and a 360-degree pan-tilt access. The only thing we needed to be worried about was the culprit stealing the camera again. We needed a vantage point from above. So I reached out to my motorcycle friend Robin, who also moonlights as a subpar carpenter, hoping he would have some tools, or at least a ladder, which he did. The next day, Robin and I headed to the worksite as a couple construction workers who owned a ladder. From there,
Big B says, you're telling me you never cracked open a 40 of piss. Well, you don't have to crack them open. They're already open, right? It's usually an open thing. And no, don't drink piss. Don't drink piss, guys. We're not going to be that fucking cult, all right? We're not going to be that fucking cult. We're not going to be the piss drinking cult, all right? I know they're out there. All right? We are not the piss drinking cult. We're not that gross fucking piss drinking cult. Eugene Stoner on YouTube. Hi. We're fucking, dude, like, bro. Art and Cherry says, support Sulk's piss. Art here. Piss art. It's not me. I'm not doing this. I'm not the one doing this.
Robin was able to ascend above the wall and secure the Reolink Go PT Plus to a bundle of tree branches using a sturdy zip tie securing system. Our new eye in the sky was set. Now all we needed was the piss culprit.
Can I give this guy some credit for like doing the most? Doing the absolute most. He is doing the most.
Strike. A week had passed with no action. I knew he'd strike again, but it was just a matter of when, and if Grant and I would be awake to interview him, especially since his previous hits had been at 4 a.m. Then one evening, while visiting my folks' place and listening to my dad's long-winded explanation for his love for CBS, my phone was alerted. It was the Reolink Go PT Plus. Finally, we had him in our crosshairs. The piss culprit. In the act of
He's a volunteer, guys. He's not getting paid to do this. He's a volunteer.
fresh batch of bottles.
Everyone applause for volunteering for his community.
He looked different this time, now sporting a balaclava and a shirt that read volunteer on the back. It was apparent that he knew we were onto him, and now went to great measures to conceal his identity while still showcasing his knack for community service. This was the first time witnessing his actions live, and now I had the capabilities of communicating with him. I zeroed in and took my shot.
He didn't run. He didn't leave. He just... Okay, yeah, I'm being watched. Okay, sweet. Gonna continue to do the Lord's work here. What is this fucking... Dude, people...
You have an artist name?
The artist had zero interest in being interviewed. Grant and I were down 2 cameras and our funds were depleted. All we had left were the highly unreliable DigiGarden 4K waterproof trail cameras, and there was no way I was going to set myself up for another letdown. But one thing did catch my attention. Online, there was a large group of piss deniers who thought this entire saga was staged, that I was a covert agent working for GTCM, or Global Trail Camera Market, who had designed an intricate ploy in order to sell more trail cameras. This was a wild theory, and not sure how or why it came to be, but it got me thinking. Hi, Janine. I'm working on a documentary about mysterious piss artists and have been
It's a white guy? I thought it was like a Mexican guy or like an Asian dude. Hey, fucking Forest Mommy, thank you. To go towards your piss collecting jugs. $20. That's gonna give me so many piss jugs. Like, honey, we're back. We're back. She's gonna be thrilled. She's gonna be thrilled.
your cameras in an attempt to communicate with him.
Thrilled.
Although he
The thing about keeping piss on hand like that is it separates, right? So like the solids and stuff go. I mean, should you have solids in pee? I had a piss bucket. I'm not proud of it. Jess knew about it. Like, yeah, that's my pee bucket. What?
He keeps stealing them
What?
and we ran out of money. Would love to collaborate with you and your company.
Hi, Derek. Thanks for reaching out and glad to meet you. I think we would create something amazing together. I will arrange
They
this.
got to be fresh and new and can't be used like milk jugs or anything. Hold on. Amazon. Piss jugs. Eh? 1,000 milliliters, glow in the dark. Glow in the dark. How many do I get? And like, do I get 6? I get 6 feet for $20. Okay. Okay. 4. So yeah, I can go higher quality. Oh, this is a good one. 24-hour urine collection bottles with easy grip handle, large, contain overnight collection. Okay, all right. Wow, look at this one. This one seems complicated, right? I mean, like that would hold a lot of piss. It's $20. Let's look at the reviews. Hold on. Look at the reviews. I'm a truck driver and always need to be on time. I use this to avoid stopping for pee breaks. It's awesome. It's big enough for me. I never fill it up in one drive. It's solid. Okay. Developed a pinprick hole in the tube within 2 weeks of purchase, leading to the inevitable leakage. Absolutely unacceptable for a product like this. This speaks to the quality of the material, which means it's horrible and a waste of your money. This not only solved a problem, it made the problem worse and more frustrating. A complete product fail in every sense of the word. Okay. Let's go for the bad reviews. The bad reviews seem to be funny. Okay, fine. All right. Fine. I'm not going to sign in.
Shipment and keep you updated.
I was now officially sponsored by Reolink and was shipped a trio of premium top-tier 4G security cameras. The Reolink Go PT Ultra, the Reolink Go Ranger PT, and the Atlas PT Ultra. All powerhouses.
You know there's porn out there with one of these things. Yeah. So, I mean, like, I could sell my urine to the porn industry. Like, bulk urine, and they can dump it on porn stars and stuff like that in some sort of fetish play kind of scenario. And I'll sell it. I'll label it pure, fresh. I'll name it something. Sulk's Streams.
The field of surveillance.
There you go.
This wasn't my
Somebody
first
make me a label. Go on and fucking make me a label for that.
sponsorship. About
Sparkling piss water.
18 years ago, I was a sponsored skateboarder by a board company called Foundation. Though my time with them was cut short because the team manager didn't think I was doing enough to promote their brand. So I was relieved of my duties and I never saw another Foundation package ever again. With great sponsorship comes great responsibilities. I had to learn from my past mistakes and there was no way I was going to let this happen again. Grant and I's camera arsenal had been replenished. We were on an all-time high as newly sponsored Reolink team members. But that all came to a halt when I received some concerning news. Someone had installed a metal pyramid atop the electrical box as a piss bottle deterrent. It was extremely well crafted and looked to be bolted in. Was this the city? Or a neighborhood vigilante with a metalsmith background? A third party had just inserted themselves into our game of piss chess.
Oh
And I had no
no.
idea what the artist's
What's going to happen?
next move would be. Meanwhile, concern was growing online and there seemed to be a division between people's views of the piss.
Eugene says, when I was a truck driver, I always had a Gatorade bottle with me. There you go, Gatorade bottle. See, Gatorade bottle. No, it's not even a problem.
Some were in favor of it, applauding its simple yet effective design, believing that this was the end of the saga, while others thought it was blasphemous and took the side of the artist, rooting him on with the confidence that he'd prevail. Amongst this discourse, it caught a level of attention none of us previously fathomed. Noah Goldberg, a reporter for the LA Times, wanted to do an article on the piss artist and our operation of trying to get to the meaning behind it all. He insisted on joining us on our next excursion down to the electrical box, which I thought was a great idea, especially because it gave me an opportunity to use my new...
So what you should do is just put a piece of plywood over it, right? Mount a flat surface on top of the pyramid. And then you just have like it's like a cat and mouse type of thing where they're going to put a pyramid on top of that or just rip it down, but it doesn't matter because now there's action going on, right? There's intrigue. There's a third party involved.
New Reolink security cameras and publicly promote the brand, fulfilling my sponsorship duties to Janine and the team at Reolink. Then, about a day before our walkthrough, the artist struck. He managed to disassemble the metal pyramid and lay a new batch of bottles,
Nice.
now labeled piss instead of his usual human urine. This was a first, and a declaration that he had seen my Piss Saga videos online. The artist had triumphed over the piss pyramid, like an unstoppable force. I was in awe of this move and knew this meant escalation, not between us, but between him and whoever installed the contraption. We were caught in the middle of a pissing contest and decided that this was bigger than us and that we needed to take a step back and just
Flatten
surveil.
the point. No, he already figured it out. He just pried it off, right? Somebody put a lot of effort into doing that.
The next day, Grant and I met the LA Times at the location. They conducted a quick interview where we laid out everything that had occurred up until this point. Now it was time to head to the piss box. But first, I made sure that they were equipped with decoy construction worker outfits as a safeguard for their reputation. I also felt that this was the perfect time to promote my new trio of Reolink security cameras, which Grant and I had created complex camouflage systems for each unit as a way
Okay.
for them to blend perfectly
Nice.
into the environment
Nice.
and not alert the artist.
I like that.
I promoted the cameras perfectly and made sure to address each by its full model name, as well as going into great detail about their specs and capabilities. My sponsorship duties were fulfilled. Janine would be proud.
Proud of you, Derek.
We then made our way to the piss box, where the new batch remained, glistening. Remnants of the metal pyramid lay on the ground, like a defeated pawn. Noah and his staff photographer were fascinated by the glowing yellow bottles, making sure to document everything they could. We scaled the wall, proceeding to go beyond and give them a visual layout of the artist's studio.
They
and
should
the-
be dusting for prints or something like that. Trying to take like shoe molds and stuff and maybe set up a sting operation.
vantage point of his canvas, all while setting up our new Reolink trash cameras. Our goal was to monitor the moves of both the artist and the new third-party challenger. But then, the challenger executed their next move by implementing the installment of a heavy-duty Piss Pyramid 2.0. The metalsmiths looked professional, and I believe it was now safe to say that this was the work of the city. They were swift and acting promptly, a characteristic the
Okay.
government usually lacks, which meant this was serious. The city had successfully knobbed the spot, and I was curious as to how the artist would respond. For days, Grant and I waited. We had courtside seats to this historical contest between two rivaling giants. Our fingers were crossed, hoping we'd get to witness the next move in real time. But instead of piss, we got piss heads. People who had been following the saga online visited the box. From documenting the pyramid to searching for cameras, it was beginning to be evidently clear that the spot was blown. Also blown was Grant and I's cover.
Strange one here. A mystery man is making his
Okay.
mark on the streets of
Now
Pasadena.
you hit the news. Okay, now you hit the news, and this is a problem. This is becoming an
and
issue.
it's not exactly something that you'd want to see or smell, for that matter.
Okay, here we go. Two local filmmakers are getting plenty of attention these days, tracking down the so-called Pea Bandit.
Grant Yansura and his buddy Derek Milton are about 2 years into documenting the mysterious bottles.
The bottles keep turning up on a specific Pasadena Water and Power electrical box.
Son dejadas arriba de una caja del departamento de...
Tested it and found out, in fact, that it was clean, healthy, human urine.
We had no idea that the LA Times story about the piss electrical box would take off in the way that it did.
Some of the people that see it now are like, well, it's his artistic expression.
No, he's just putting piss there. It's not art.
That's the piss artist who's clearly doing some kind of installation.
It's Banksy with urine.
You're like Banksy.
I said that, Conan. I said that. Conan is always ripping me off. It's fucking Conan, man. I've had a long-standing battle with Conan.
Trying to reverse psychology?
He doesn't know about it. He has no idea. But it's been there. It's been pretty active.
He wouldn't answer.
It's been
No,
pretty
of course
active.
not, because he can see right through that. He's playing fucking 5D chess.
Concerns spread worldwide, and much like our own investigation, everyone wanted to know the meaning behind it all. People sent us a plethora of piss-related content, from memes to videos to handcrafted artwork, even to the point of getting recognized in public.
Everywhere, and see there, people honk at you. They say, you're the P guys, and it's not really what we wanted to be.
Our entire mission of dressing up as decoy construction workers was in order to
I like the white monster. That's a nice touch.
not be associated with piss, but it had backfired. We were now synonymous with piss. And it was then that it dawned on me. We had been so consumed with our own intrigue and wanting to know why, to the point of developing an unhealthy obsession with trail and security cameras, that we had lost our focus. The artist was aware of our intention to communicate, yet still chose not to. And our own infatuation as to why may have led to the obstruction of him creating more. Fortunately, everywhere you look, a canvas exists. Whether it controls traffic signals, sources electricity to nearby homes, or houses a heavily damaged piss bottle deterrent, the city is full of them. And if you ever find yourself in Pasadena and happen to stumble upon the original artist's electrical box, remember to look above and beyond the wall.
Well, that was completely unsatisfying. I'm actually upset now. They fucked that shit up. I am what? Is there a second episode? Is there going to be more? No. All right, let's do furries, I guess.
This video is about the time in
Oh, it's this bitch.
2010 when Sears sold bootleg furry porn on their website.
Okay. All right, tell me more.
And apparently had no idea. But 4chan found out about it basically right away, and they went, hey,
tell me more about your furry porn.
You know what'd be funny? What if we all started just mass buying this stuff at 3 in the morning? Now, understandably, Sears freaked the hell out and started...
Big B Trucker says they blue-balled us with piss. That's not fair, right? Piss belongs in the balls, true. But you can't just like store it in there and then just keep storing it in there. That was unsatisfying. We didn't get to learn who the pisser was. We didn't know if he was a Mexican or a Chinaman or what have you, a white guy? I don't know.
Systematically wiping the internet of any evidence they'd ever sold this.
No idea.
But if they wiped the evidence, how am I making this video? Well, Sears made one fatal mistake that day. Sears underestimated 4chan, and now 4chan was about to majorly...
4chan is, underestimating 4chan is... How do you... 4chan is filled with retards, dude.
pants them by answering the most important question.
It's not Reddit. Reddit is filled with actual retards who think they're geniuses, dude. You ever go on Reddit and they talk about how fucking smart they are? They do that a lot. At least 4chan knows they're retarded, right? And X is just angry. Everybody on X is mad. And I get it because I participate and I make people angry on X.
Retail history. Ready? What was furry porn doing on Sears.com?
SP says, I fear retards. Well, of course you do. There was that one retard that was jerking off in the milkshake machine at McDonald's. That's scary. It's gross. It's more gross than it is scary.
Who put it there? And how could something like this possibly happen to Sears more than once? This is the legend of the second worst thing ever sold at Sears.com. This is bad art history.
Okay.
Real quick, thank you so much for waiting so long since the last video. There will be no more breaks of this length. Also, really quick, Meta PCs.
All right, when did this one come out? It was a month ago. Was there the last one a long time ago?
.com/Frankie. MetaPCs.com/Frankie. Buy a new gamer
Scary
setup.
gross, right? It's just cum. It's just retard cum. Like, what if like some chick spilled that in her lap and she got pregnant with a retard baby? Could she sue? Would she abort the retard baby just because it's a retard?
Do it now.
I wonder if I'm going to ban off of YouTube.
That nasty, disgusting old computer out. Get a new gamer.
Probably. That would be my guess. Probably.
Get it at a discount. Water-cooled, excellent customer.
You mean you don't jerk off into your milkshake? No. I don't have milkshakes like that a lot. I'd definitely be like, you know what would make this really good? Just a little cum floater on it. Just a little topper.
For service, genuinely some of the best people I've ever worked with in my life. I edit all of my videos on my Meta PC's machine, and guess what? The machine is customized with Gangster SpongeBob. You can do that at metapcs.com/Frankie. metapcs.com/Frankie. On with the video. It all went down on May
I can do an ad too, but it's like 40 cents, so I'm not even gonna bother.
1st, 2008, somewhere in Europe. So the worst part of the story is already over. Now, there was this furry fetish artist living out there called Storm Dragon Blue. That day, he fires up his personal web.
Maybe should I do an ad? It's 47 cents now. Let's see if I'm able to do an ad. Yeah, should work. Let me see. What's a good one? Still haven't tried 1775 coffee? Now's your shot. The 1775 starter kit just dropped. Only 1,000 units. You're getting the bold dark roast that hits hard, the smooth medium roast, and the vitality mushroom coffee for clean energy and laser focus. No crash. All single origin, small batch, toxin free, and mold free. Plus, you're also getting a gold spoon clip because freedom isn't scooped with plastic. A frother strong enough to stir up your coffee and your mother-in-law's opinions. And a black 1775 tumbler. $170 worth of coffee and gear. Yours for $99. This is for the ones who've been watching 1775 blow up on Rumble, wondering if it's actually worth it. Spoiler, it is. Go to 1775coffee.com/studio and grab your starter kit before they're gone. Bold beans, clean fuel, and a morning routine that stands for something, just like Rumble does. 48 cents. I'll take 48 cents. Whatever. You guys aren't donating. It's 48 cents.
Website, which contains dozens of works of fetish art. And
Don't
uploads
don't
his
say
latest
that
fetish
about my AIDS. Don't say that about my AIDS.
creation. It's some fan art of the Kirby game series, which looks like this, depicting the villain character, King Dedede, who looks like this.
If you guys want me to do a 30-second ad spot, that's what it costs. It costs 50 cents. Do you guys want to do a 30? Go ahead. Fucking pitch what you want. I'll fucking run it. I don't give a shit.
Penetrating a little
shit.
minion
Do
creature
it.
called a Waddle Dee. And the whole thing...
We're watching furry porn. You know, we just had an entire piss saga go on. I'm doing coffee bits for 48 cents. I'm up in my... The market has decided I'm worth 50 cents. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing 50 cents. So if you have a 30-second ad read and 50 cents, I'll do it.
Kind of looks like this. And then something very weird happens. 3 years pass. It is now September 25th of 2011.
Knob says, can you read my ad for Ass Kazoos? Do you have 50 cents?
As legend has it, somewhere around...
Yes, I can. If you want to donate that 50 cents, I can read your Ass Kazoo ad. Don't cut that out of...
Down there, someone was shopping for pillowcases on Sears.com when he inexplicably
Teja says John is an under a buck whore.
scrolled past this.
Yeah.
The Kirby-themed fetish art from the Netherlands had somehow made its way to Sears in the form of 600...
Forrest Money says Dan probably doesn't drink piss, but I could picture him drinking piss. I could get Dan to drink piss. I guarantee you I could get Dan to drink piss. That doesn't even seem that difficult. Dan, drink piss. Dan, drink piss. Okay. I think he's going to do it now.
And 31 household items.
See, you just got to be firm with him. It's not about being angry or anything like that. You just have to be firm and then tell them what they should do. Dan, I need you to drink piss. He says, I drink Budweiser sometimes. So piss would be better than that. Budweiser is fucking disgusting. I don't know how that beer got so popular. That shit is terrible. And like Bud Light is even worse. I have no idea why anybody drinks that foul piss water.
We're talking drawstring bags, teddy bears, sleeping masks for the missus, clocks, 200 types of magnets for some reason, even a set of cufflinks. You could furnish your entire house with the Kirby Hentai collection currently available at Sears, and it had apparently been sitting there since April of the...
Forrest Mommy says Coors is bad too. I live in Coors country. Don't let... Look, I had a phase like when I was really young where I would rock down 50 C minuses, and that's Coors Light for the uninitiated. Because that was just what was around, dude. That's basically water. You could drink a lot of those. Like a lot of Coors Light. And yeah, it is not tasty, but it is essentially water with a little bit of alcohol in it.
Previous year. So
Dan Snow says I drink PBR because I'm a hipster. PBR PBR is better than Budweiser.
How does this happen? Now, this is one of those things that's so genuinely insane.
Namsdog says PBR sucks ass. And it does. But it's still better than Budweiser.
That we just have to go minute by minute. So here is the timeline, starting with the minute 4chan found out. September 25th, 3:21 a.m. 4chan Standard Time. A user begins a thread on the comics and cartoons board with a link to one of the Kirby products. Quote, "What the flip is going on?" He explains that looking up the phrase King DDD drooling while eating unlocks the part of the Sears website with all the hentai on it. So naturally, traffic to the website explodes. And he wasn't kidding, by the way. This term returned pages and pages of household...
What? 3:21 a.m. I like how she puts the time. It's 3:20 in the morning.
items with some very eye-catching pornography on them. At least, he's pretty sure that's what he saw. Keep that in mind. And the floodgate was opened. Horrified 4chan users flocked to the retailer site and confirmed that, yes, these were real products eligible for in-store pickup and...
People be buying this?
Potentially in-store return. And apparently in-store returns take a long time. But there was no time to waste. Anons immediately begin theory crafting. One guy says what everyone's thinking. This has to be some kind of a prank. You know, some act of revenge against Sears by an employee. Another guy says, who's ever responsible...
Forrest Money says, I literally live on Coors Street. It's okay, it's public already. And I have two neighbors that retired from Coors. Both are sober. Wow. They should be drunks. They should be drunks. I know a retired guy. He's a drunk. He's constantly drunk. He drives his lawnmower up and down the road. Constantly, just hammered.
Let's blame Reddit and...
It's like 80 years old. And so, like, yeah, if you're like 80 years old, yeah, you can be drunk. Just be drunk all the time. I don't care. Nobody cares. You're 80 years old. And you drive a lawnmower around. You're not going to hurt anybody.
Anyway. Wise words. Now, as rumors circulated, someone started a related thread
Who is
on a website.
Shoe on head clone? I don't know, man. I don't know. Frankie Faye. Go sub to Frankie Faye. There, now if you complain, I gave you a plug, all right? You owe me 50 cents, bitch. You owe me 50 fucking cents-a-roos.
Site called Something Awful.
Jeez.
And those guys...
God, this is pathetic.
had an even better theory.
I don't care.
Could it be that the...
Well, you guys going to embarrass me more? I don't care. I don't give a
employee
shit.
who approved this design or these products or whatever it was...
Frog on ass?
Simply didn't know what he was
I bet her ass stinks, dude. She looks like she stinks. I get it. She put on makeup and stuff like that, and she like did her hair. I feel like you stink, like smell wise. The olfactory. You are offensive to that.
Looking at, because there was actually something about this drawing that was very odd. I'm not allowed to show pornography on YouTube. Here's the full image with a minor detail changed. Can you tell, and I mean right away in the first nanosecond, can you tell what this is supposed to be?
Okay, so like this does not look consensual. That looks like a sad little whatever it is. But the king is getting he's having good. This is good.
This might sound controversial, but I could not tell either. It took me a few seconds, and it is literally my job to identify images like this. Now put yourself in the mind of an average adult, so a non-internet poisoned person, working for Sears.
Forrest Bunny says, you dumb weirdo, look it up. Looking it up. Me? I'm not looking it up.
In 2011, and you can see where the problem is starting to form. If you had never seen these characters before, or like most people, you were completely unfamiliar with the concept of cartoon adult artwork, or you just forgot your glasses at home that day, what you might see is some kind of a weird blue penguin drooling and lifting a ball towards his mouth, which is almost certainly where that bizarre search term, DDD drooling while eating, came from. Because the artist certainly didn't title it that. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. 3:33 a.m. The 4chan thread hadn't been up for 15 minutes when one of the links breaks. It's probably nothing, 4chan thought. It's not like 200 of us are visiting Sears.com at 3 in the morning to buy a bumper sticker. This won't have consequences of any kind. 3:43 a.m. Another listing disappears, and then another, and then a dozen more. It was like 3 9/11s. And 10 1984s. And then as if it couldn't get any worse, that was when some guy barged into that main 4chan thread and he said, hey guys, hi, do I have your attention? Yeah, fun's
Forrest Bunny says, you get a little cup fresh in the middle, then 3 drinks at the end. I love reading comments completely out of context.
over. I told customer service.
What could she be talking about? I'm unaware. I don't know, but I'm going to continue to do this.
And this was followed by several people also claiming that they had tipped off Fox News and even Bill O'Reilly specifically. Now, whether they were trolling or not, by now Sears had absolutely noticed and they were shutting it down. And in some kind of horrible coincidence, and I'm not even being facetious when I say it's a horrible coincidence, you might not know this, but there were originally 5 4chan threads documenting this thing as it happened. And people were complaining that they kept going in and out. There's evidence of this on the main thread because the other 4 have been lost to time. And I don't know if they ever went back up, but they were never archived.
No,
there
they're
are
gone.
barely any survivors from
they're probably archived
from this incident. I'm not saying
somebody always archives something. That's the thing about the internet. The things are always archived. And so this is why you should just stop giving a fuck, dude. Don't care anymore. Just don't care. Eventually you're going to mess up or say something stupid or do something stupid, and it's going to be on the internet forever. So why not just let it all hang out, right? Just be like, you know what? It's going to happen eventually. I might as well just be this way now so nobody's shocked when I actually do say something that I totally mean.
Sears did it.
So, yeah.
But this certainly didn't harm the reputation in any way. I'm not saying Sears did it. That's crazy. Anyway, 3:51 a.m. Users are frantically taking screenshots and placing orders because there was no guarantee that Sears would even ship this stuff in the first place. And who knows, maybe once Sears was done destroying the links, they'd destroy the witnesses. A distress call goes out to the rest of the internet.
Jameson says until the CIA rips down the archivists, which happens, really. I didn't know you could do that. I didn't know they could do that. But, I mean, they probably can. I'm sure they can. I just didn't know they could do that. I don't know how archiving works. Doesn't it save on your own PC? So, but that doesn't mean they don't have access to it.
Guys, we have to find the artist. If anyone knows what this is doing at Sears, it would be the guy who drew it. Only, he didn't. 4:09 a.m. Storm Dragon Blue, that artist behind the original image, he finds out that someone is selling his stolen fetish art at an American big box store. And
what?
Not only did he have no clue what it was doing there,
he wasn't.
He kind of
paid.
thought it was funny.
He wasn't getting paid. Sue them. Sue the shit out of them. Sue the shit out of those people. Please.
513, he posts a short journal to his Fur Affinity page. He says, yeah, that's my art, all right. He claims he didn't feel that Sears was ripping him off, and he didn't see a point in suing, which was probably smart because you should keep in mind that he would be a Dutch plaintiff suing a major American retailer over copyright infringement on a piece of fetish art from a video game for kids and families. So probably...
You might have a shot, though. I think there's somebody who's going to take the case.
It wasn't worth it. Time was passing and no one could dig up a compelling answer as to why this was on the Sears website. But they actually had a secret weapon this entire time. They just didn't know. Amidst all the posting and seething and theorizing, one user on Something Awful, a guy named Yoshi Jang, quietly places his order for one item. You know, just to see what this was all about. And this order was actually gonna bust the whole case wide open, but it wouldn't arrive for at least 5 days. And in the meantime, the search had gotten so desperate that detectives turned to the furries on Reddit, to which the furries on Reddit cryptically responded, 5 words: the Sears human flesh grill.
What? How did that get weird? What?
Part 2. The Sears human flesh grill. Theory time. Pardon my French, but do you remember how I mentioned that this was not the first time Sears had some fucked up thing on their website? That's because it wasn't. They actually had a similar incident take place in 2009. And unlike the bootleg porn thing, this one made the news. So...
Despite says, but the characters are Nintendo characters, and Nintendo is very litigious. I don't know how copyright law works, but I feel like that would... I think that would be under fair use. I think that would be under fair use. I'm not 100% sure. I am not 100% sure, but I think it might.
What happened? On August 20th of 2009, so only 2 years before this, a Reddit user called G Fixler discovered a rather hilarious design flaw on the Sears website. He posted his findings to r/funny, so this is a subreddit with an audience of thousands of people, and he explains the following. Some parts of the Sears website retrieved a lot of page information, not from a database, but from like information that the user was submitting. So if you changed a few words around up here, you could change anything in here. Naturally, this results in the human flesh grill. Unlike most other retailers in the summer of 2009, Sears had a whole grilling section called human cooking, with subsections like body part roaster and grills to cook babies and more. But the craziest thing is that the Sears website was somehow even more clapped than anyone knew, because it also turns out that they preloaded frequently accessed pages, even if they were vandalized. So if you sent 100 people the link that you generated by messing up the website, the link to what is now, for instance, the human flesh grill at Sears, and if even half of those people clicked on it, according to legend, congratulations, that was now the page that just showed up when you wanted to buy a grill. This was a dark day.
Okay, that's funny. Obviously, the people working their tech department had no idea what they were doing.
For Sears. TMZ, Snopes, and even Fox News had picked up the story. And when TMZ asked a Sears representative...
No quality control for Sears website. No, they don't give a... the people designing this website were probably super old, right? So they had no idea that anybody would even be motivated to go on there and actually mess with it, right? They probably just didn't think about it.
For comment, they could only say, oh my God, this is horrible, oh my God. Of course, being TMZ, they vastly overstated the case here. They called it vandalism when I guess it technically wasn't, and they made it sound as if Sears was being attacked by
vandalism.
By epic hackers. as opposed to by their own poor web design. So what part of this
Jameson says, just a thing from 2010. It was everywhere in subreddits.
explains the Kirby Sears incident? Unfortunately, none of it. Returning to our investigation now, as much as 4chan and Something Awful wanted to believe that a human flesh grill incident was the story here, you can't vandalize a website into shipping you something it doesn't already sell. And the multiple people in those threads who swore that they placed orders and they would show proof any second now, none of them followed up. 6 days and 600 deleted listings later, it was over. Sears had won. Or so they thought, because someone named Yoshi Jang revives the thread on Something Awful because something awful had just arrived in the mail. It was real. I hope you didn't think this video was leading up to some kind of a rug pull, because not only was this unofficial Kirby dinner plate...
Somebody made this. Somebody made that. Why?
100% real. It was even worse in person. Yoshi Jang did something unprecedented by having this demonic entity sent to his house. He did more than purchase the only dinner plate in the world with an image of King DDD having sex on it. He did more than confirm with physical proof what was seconds away from becoming an internet urban legend. And now online detectives had a massive break in the case, because this...
FOMO says, people are fucked the fuck up. I mean, I am too, but I keep it inside. Come on. Forrest, mommy.
Dinner plate actually gives
a terrible job.
Us 3.
You're doing a terrible job.
Major clues. 1. This is physical proof.
People are fucked up, though. I mean, like, that's... But, like, I mean, it's funny. It's funny. This is funny. I think this is funny.
Products exist as described on the website. So this categorically is not vandalism. Sadly, we must rule out the Sears human flesh grill, which, if we're being honest, was probably never going to be the answer anyway. But it
would just be a normal grill. I mean, you can grill human flesh on a normal grill, right? They just name it that for to sell more grills.
Really funny, and I wanted to share. Clue number 2.
They probably did. They're probably sold more grills because it was human flesh.
On the second page of that Something Awful thread, someone points out this company called Carson's Collectibles. Now, this is the name of the vendor that shows up on Sears.com and on the packing slip, so that is almost certainly our guy. So if this is a real product that somehow got approved, what...
Knobs, do not listen to her. Knob, do not listen to Forrest, mommy. She's going to kill you. She's going to kidnap your ass and she's going to kill you. Do not listen to Forrest, mommy.
Kind of company.
She needs bodies. She needs body parts. She lives out in the woods in a very large secluded house. Don't do that. What am I saying? I don't give a fuck about Knob. Go ahead. Hop on in.
Would make this.
Go ahead, Knob. I don't care about you.
Carson's Collectibles is what is known as a third-party vendor, meaning they're not directly related
Hop
to
on
Sears.
in. Tell no one.
They're just
Tell
allowed
no one
to
where
sell
you're
stuff
going.
on their
Just
website.
leave.
And that makes it hard to
hop into a stranger's car.
Establish an internet footprint. But luckily, not only did Carson's Collectibles have one, it's really funny.
Knob says, if I can bang her, I'm fine with dying after. I don't think you're gonna... No, I think you're just gonna die, bro. But whatever, you do you. I mean, chase those dreams, Knob. Chase those dreams.
According to this post on...
Forrest, mommy, I have no advice for you. Do what comes natural.
Something Awful. Carson's is run...
But I know that's going to be turning Knob inside out like a...
by a guy named Joseph C. Smith. And this guy really does have a thing with names because Carson's goes by multiple. Austin Custom Specialists LLC, Artsmith Inc., and Custom Specialists Notebook Store on eBay. Now, regardless of the name, Carson's claims to sell, quote, quality collectible merchandise to the public. Now, this is all kinds of dishonest. First of all, the public vocally did not like it. Carson's had an F rating with the Better Business Bureau because apparently their customer service was that bad.
Who listens to the Better Business Bureau? Does anybody listen to the Better Business Bureau? Do they do anything? Do they do anything useful? No, they don't.
Second of all, you're probably wondering what kind of quality collectibles were they selling? It was gay hentai merchandise. Now, I want to say...
Perfect. Yes, thank you. That's
This is a
perfect. I mean, that's exactly what I expected, and that's perfect.
Sentiment I've seen reflected in both threads. I was not able to find a screenshot to that effect, and obviously, even if I was, I couldn't show it to you. So please just take that with a grain of salt. So now...
Dan Snot says, FOMO is attractive, but I prefer women with more meat on their bones, not fat, though. You hear that, Forest Mommy? You're not fat enough for Dan. You're not fat enough for Dan Snot. God, dude. You're all degenerates. I don't know what kind of little circle or what little community I've you know, mustered here. It's bad. It's bad people. I know I started a sex cult, but like the amount of people who want to fuck each other in my chat is disturbing. Because this is not the first time. Not by a long shot.
Not only was this quality merchandise not suitable for the public, but given...
You guys, and like in the Daywave chat too, you guys are animals. Go to therapy. Go to therapy or something. Half of you are like porn sick. I swear. Like half of you are porn sick.
How many times this guy got banned from eBay?
Forest Mommy says, I don't want to fuck anybody here. There you go. There you go. Forest Mommy says, I do not want to fuck anybody here. Do you all hear that? Do you all hear? Thank you, Forest Mommy. Thank you. But that's not going to stop half of these goddamn animals. All right? They're like, you know, when like a vampire doesn't get like blood for a long time, they become like ravenous. It's kind of like that. It's kind of like that. No one has touched these people in decades. Knob especially.
He probably used stolen artwork too. And that is the kind of thing that a certain pocket of...
Ooh. Forrest Mommy said Dan wanted to fuck Ice Dance here. Ooh. I don't know Ice Dancer all that well. She's been in the chat before. I've seen her around. I've heard some things. Now, Ice, if you want to respond to that or anything like that, please be my guest. I've heard some things. I have heard some things. That's all I'm going to say. I've heard some things. That's all I'm saying.
The internet will notice. How do we know he's banned from eBay? Let's assume his eBay storefront with 3 billion...
She's Mersh's girlfriend? No. What? 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 I didn't hear that. She's filthy. She lives with Mersh. Oh, she is? Okay, well, I'm sure she's perfectly nice.
5-star reviews is legit. Even if that was true, this Carson's guy also
She's
left
at
behind
his house,
a couple
confirmed? Oh, man. I hope. Oh, man. Oops.
forum posts that read like this. Help. I'm banned from eBay. Does anyone know how I can get around this?
Isn't she like 19? How old is she? I don't know. I don't know anything about her.
I want to keep selling stuff. And if I wanted this video to suck, this would be a great place to end it, because on paper, this does answer all the questions. The when, the who, and the how. But the how of Kirby hentai being sold at Sears is actually much less interesting to me than the why. And this is where we get into our final clue. The third worst thing. 3. There are only 2 types of bootlegs in this world. The kind with weird cartoon porn on them, and the kind without. There's no way around it.
She's in her 20s and they're together. It's very weird. Really? I didn't know that. I had no idea. Weird.
I have to tell you about the Fat Albert Vor necklace. Part 3. Fat Albert. I know I'm throwing a lot of ideas at you right now, but I promise I will explain everything. So early on in both the 4chan and Something Awful threads, users remark on how much
Merch was always like, don't have chicks in your stream, and then now I love it though. Fun merch era. Okay.
This Kirby Sears thing reminds them of other times in recent memory when fetish art appeared on merchandise. Art that they knew to be adult in nature while others did not. And I know what you're thinking.
I'm too busy riding e-bikes and man thongs. Yeah.
Oh my god, here goes the YouTuber making a video essay hitting me with the I know what you're
It's
thinking.
fairly recent, John. Yeah, I had no idea. Ooh, yep. Oops.
Well, I do know what you're thinking. I do know what you're thinking. And you're probably
Nightwave
thinking,
has been busy. Oh, wow. I wish somebody had told me.
bootleg with incognito fetish art on it? Surely this cannot be a long list. So let's get into it. First up, someone on 4chan reminisces, wow, first those pregnant Gwen Tennyson stickers and now this. What is going on? For those who don't know what that is, in 2011, which I guess was like a huge year for this kind of thing, a sticker sheet inexplicably surfaced online.
Okay, well, this is weird. And I'm going to go. I'm going to go. So thanks. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a good night. I'll see you guys tomorrow and have a fantastic time. Okay. Goodbye. Goodbye.
I'm an incredible soul, unhinged and enraged like a bulldog's fierce growl. I'm spitting fire, burning through these trees, questioning the world, unraveling conspiracies. Talking about Bigfoot, Loch Ness Monster too, government lies they're feeding me their goo. I'm diving deep into this rabbit hole, uncovering the truth, setting fire to their control. I got small nipples, but my voice is loud, roaring like thunder in this crazy crowd. They say I'm crazy, but I call it woke, unraveling the madness with every word I spoke.